It is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. The official launch trailer for the Dead Space Remake has arrived. I definitely think me and many other people have been waiting for this trailer to drop for a very long time now, ever since this game was announced, and we got teases of it throughout the last year or so with some new images as well as a gameplay teaser. Well, now we got that official launch trailer showcasing much more of the game as we approach the release, which is almost 2 weeks from now. This trailer, of course, also came a day early, which weirdly enough, I'm not exactly sure why that was the case, but it doesn't really matter because we got it now in its glory and we are going to talk about it here in today's video. First and foremost, it would be greatly appreciated if you guys could comment down below what your thoughts were on this trailer itself and kind of hear my thoughts out as we go through it and talk about it. Overall, it was a fast-paced and shorter trailer than some probably would have wanted it to be, but I think that's totally fine, considering there are many fans of the original Dead Space who probably would go into this trailer thinking that they didn't need to see too much. They just needed to be entertained by the fact that this game really does look amazing and it is worth buying for a second time. The trailer basically starts off with showcasing the beginning part of the game with our characters and their new models voiced by their new voice actors. I'm personally not put off by the new models or the voice actors simply because of the fact that in my mind I already know that the original game is still there, and at the end of the day this is a remake. The definition of a remake is a form of entertainment that is based upon and retells the story of an earlier production in the same medium, essentially making something again or differently, or a new version of an existing property. When we look at the remake here, essentially it seems like they did that with certain parts of it. Graphically, it definitely looks like a remake. Obviously, the character models and the voice acting is different, and seemingly so, we might also get some new story details to add to the existing story from the original. But overall, the general flow of what the game is going for seems to be like it's going to be following the same beats of the original game. Overall, when I think of a remake, I think that is exactly what I personally would like it to do. Don't literally just tell me the same thing and give me the same game with just a graphical update. I do like the fact that they are trying to do something different with this remake while also keeping in what it is that is loved about the original game. Getting back to the trailer, we also get our first official look at one of the game's main human villains in Callus Mercer, who, I won't lie, pretty much does look the same, and from the little voice line that we get from his character, it sounds like he could potentially be more menacing. To me, in the original, I felt like his character was almost borderline on the edge of being a more cartoony villain. Like, if you know what his character is about, then it makes sense why he would delve into that kind of thing, but here I would like to see that he be a little bit more menacing than his original self. Of course, it wouldn't be Dead Space if we didn't see what the suit looked like as well as the necromorphs. Of course, we had already seen the suit before, but now we get a much more better look at what those necromorphs look like. All that looks absolutely clean and really good graphically. Of course, I am just way more excited to see what that level 6 suit looks like out of anything. We also get a glimpse at some of the levels of particular chapters inside the ship and outside the ship in space involving some of the gravity areas. We also get a glimpse at some new in-game cutscenes. Basically, it's a cutscene that takes place in the gameplay that you yourself don't have a say in, but you get to watch play out. Me personally, when I see something like the in-game cutscene of you getting dragged by the tentacle necromorph, that just looks a lot cooler in my mind. I know certain people might be turned off by the idea of an in-game cutscene, but for me, again, when we are talking about a remake, this could add something new for people to really enjoy, whether you are an old player of the game or a new one coming to this franchise for the first time. And then finally, as the trailer ends off, which seems to be a callback to the original trailer from the 2008 version, we get a tease of what the Hive Mind necromorph looks like, which is the alien boss fight you face at the end of the game in the crater on Aegis 7. I'm really hoping that that boss fight has a step up to it because I have seen certain people say that one of their criticisms of the original game is at the end boss fight, it's not particularly the hardest thing in the world to play against, so maybe they can do something different there as well to up the ante. And that's pretty much An overall breakdown of the trailer itself. There's not much to really break down here if you were somebody who played the original game before, and again, as we talk about what this game could mean to the start of this new year, I think, in my personal opinion, we are in for a great one. Again, I just love how much Motive Studio has been showcasing this game and talking about it from a behind-the-scenes perspective. They really do seem to love working on this game, especially for a much smaller studio who has only worked on 2 games in the past, that being Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Squadrons, within the last 7 years. I would almost go as far to say that if this remake turns out to be an incredible game and one of the best of the year, I would absolutely put trust in these people to remake the second game. Probably not the third game, only just because the third game is a lot more recent of a game. Although, that being said, if that game were to ever get a remake, I feel like it would probably be fine if it came out like 5 years down the line from now, after they remade the second game. Of course, the only thing that stands in their way, and the fans' way, of playing this game and enjoying it, is hoping that it doesn't have any other performance issues that a game like the Callisto Protocol had. If this game can launch in a great state performance-wise, I think we are in for a good one to start off the year going through into February. So yeah, guys, there you have it. We got that official launch trailer. I'm looking forward to this game, and we are now almost 2 weeks away. As I've said before, I myself am going to be continuing on my playthrough of Dead Space 2 in time for the remake when it launches. So for me, this is going to be what my life is gaming-wise going into February as we also approach Hogwarts Legacy. That is really going to be an insane couple of weeks since both games release almost 2 weeks apart from each other. But I do hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure again to drop a comment down below what your thoughts are and if you agree with a lot of what I said. Like the video and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. That would be greatly appreciated. The support recently has been awesome, so thank you all again so much. I hope you all have a great rest of your days and end to the week. Be safe out there, and this is Orion, and I'm signing out.